Surprise, everybody. Look who's here.
Hello.
It's Purple Elephant, Deb H. Hello, hello. And I'm Tara Stash,
Yes,
as if people need to know that. I'm Tara Stash. I haven't changed that, Deb, since you've, slightly been away. I haven't done that. So
that's good.
Deb and I were chatting, and we thought we were going to do a recorded video, but then we thought there's an opportunity here. So if people are available to ask questions, get caught up with Deb, that's cool. So, and again, blah, 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 doesn't matter, blah, blah, blah. And best chatters, thank you for watching this. I know this is a surprise, and we are, people are probably live right now, and that's why there's playback.
Yes.
So, Deb, how the hell are you?
I am recovering. I'm
Good,
going along, yes.
good, good. So, and it's been about
A long time.
about
December.
December. So I was going to say, I think your last video posted was a story like 4 months ago.
Probably, yeah.
Something like that. So, but yeah, but all right, we do have some people here, so let's get caught. Let's say hi to the best chatters, and we're going to take this as we can. Plucky
Yes.
Heroine, hello, Plucky. Plucky's out and about. And did you want to say anything to Plucky?
Plucky, thank you so much. Plucky was a real trooper and
Yep.
was there, and thank you. I appreciate it.
Yep. Viviani is watching. Hi, Viviani. Janet P. Good to see you. We have Hershey, the shadow reader.
Yeah.
Hello. Michelle Shining Light. Great to see you. Shining Light Tarot.
Yes. And she's reporting to her sister.
Okay.
Lost Teeth Real Tarot.
Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. And Hershey said, you love beautiful, Deb H, and I bet she probably means you look beautiful, but you love beautiful too.
Thank you, Hershey.
And Nancy, a Crohn's Intuition, is here. Hello, Nancy. Fleck has said that, Deb, you're the best. Star Midnight is here. Hello, Star. So, and we appreciate you all taking some time just to get caught up. We just have, we don't know where this is going to go. Well,
No.
so, but I do appreciate it. Oh, look, Monkey's there. Look at Monkey. He you know, look at him looking at you.
He was asleep. He just woke up.
Aw, aw. He likes being right there. It was hard for him while you were in the hospital.
It was hard for me too.
Yeah.
Being away from both of my babies.
Yes. And Willie is a cat, just in case.
Willie is a cat, and he is asleep.
There you go. There you go. Lottie B, Hugs from Spirit, is here. And Nancy, a Crohn's Intuition, said, it is so good to see you, Deb.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So, I'm working on getting back to doing some stories, but
yeah,
I have days and sometimes weeks where I don't feel well enough or have enough energy.
Sure. Well, and at times like that, you're doing that thing, you're taking care of yourself.
Yes.
So, yeah, I agree. Hi, Monkey. Monkey's like, who are these people? Just keep rubbing me.
Yes.
Rubbing my chest and my belly. So, Deb has been giving a few updates on her community tab. She's given me permission to share some of those on my community tab and to make video updates for you. But now we have it straight from Deb's mouth. So, So you were in the hospital for a while.
I was in the hospital for a little over 5 weeks.
Wow.
Um, I went in because I was having a lot of pain in my back and I couldn't breathe. The couldn't breathe part was the main thing that I was going for.
Sure.
And so when I got there, um, I was in full code. And so they took me immediately
Good.
back and got me on some oxygen and started giving me drugs. And
Uh-huh.
um, they actually told me while I was in the emergency room that I had cancer. And I argued with them and said, no,
Hmm.
no, I did. That's not why I came to the hospital.
Right. Right. Okay.
And so I didn't believe it for a while.
Uh-huh.
Took a while to convince me. I had to see some evidence.
Hmm. Okay.
Um, During that time, because I was in so much pain, they accidentally kind of knocked me out for about 2 weeks.
Hmm.
And so I was not coherent.
Uh-huh.
And, but during that time, I wasn't here, but I was there. So I was getting downloads and seeing things that
Hmm.
I know were not delusions. I,
Correct.
there were some delusions that I was able to distinguish
Hmm.
between what was spiritual and what was just,
Delusional.
yes, delusional.
Hmm. Yeah.
And so it. I started getting downloads while I was in the
Okay.
hospital,
Hmm.
and came to the realization that what some things that I think are important,
Uh-huh.
and looking at a new direction to
Okay.
go once I get to a place, to a more healthy place.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. We've had a couple of more people come in. Rossi is here, and Nalani Hypnicity is here, and Fleck. So sorry to hear that, Deb. Yes. So you had some realizations. Now, by the way, everybody, Deb is going to share with you whatever she's comfortable with. And if you don't want to hear it, you don't have to hear it. You know how this goes. So, and Rossi is sending blessings, Deb.
Thank you.
So, but I know a little bit because I've been in communication with Deb and Angela along the path. So, and I really appreciated those updates. That was really, really helpful because guess what? We were all doing magic.
Yes, I know you were. I
We
know.
were all doing magic, as many of you who are watching were doing your work as well, which is great.
Yes.
And oh, by the way, Needle Arts babe Suzanne Rich is here. Hi, Suzanne.
Hey, Suzanne.
So, yep, as always, sending healing energy. Yep. So,
And I know that that has helped. Absolutely know it's helped.
mm-hmm. Yes, absolutely.
And
Abs-
that's part of the realization that I came to while I was in the hospital. It doesn't matter what your magic is, or what your belief system is, or where you get your power from. When we are united in a single purpose, the origin doesn't matter. What matters is, does it work for you? If it works for you, then that is the only thing that matters. And when you join it with others
mhm.
who their vehicle, whatever it is, their form of magic works for them, then it becomes exponentially bigger
Yes.
and more powerful,
Hmm.
regardless of where it comes from.
Yeah.
As if in your heart you believe it and it works, then it works.
Yes. I I remember you texting me about that or emailing me or something. And it was like, wow, that is really powerful in the sense of it doesn't matter what you do,
Mm-mm.
it matters that you're doing it.
Yes,
So,
absolutely. And that message kept being reinforced to me the whole time I was in the hospital. I
mhm,
was mindlessly watching television one day, and they were talking about Mecca and the stone, the black stone that
uh-huh,
they all march around,
mhm,
and um, where it came from and what it was. And I knew that it doesn't matter where it came from or what it is. What matters is all those millions of people putting their heartfelt intent into that stone while
yeah,
they do this ritual that
mhm,
makes the stone powerful.
yes, yeah. And Hypnicity said, power.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
So that was one of the big things that I came to understand
Mhm,
is that someone who offers healing to you,
mhm,
you should accept it no matter where it comes from because they believe it
mhm,
and it's honoring them to allow it and accept it.
yes. That's very true. It's very true. I like that because when people are offering it and you say yes, it gives them the ability to connect in and to be of service.
Yes,
A lot of spiritual paths include that idea of service.
yes,
So,
absolutely.
yeah.
And I think that allowing other people to help you, that completes the circle.
Yes.
So, another thing that I was getting downloads about is that I know some of you are familiar with Dolores Cannon and her work
Mhm.
and her 3 waves of volunteers that she talked about.
Hmm.
And I have always felt since I learned about her and this concept that I was in the second wave of volunteers, of those who heard the universal call to come and be on earth at this time and
Okay.
help get it to a better place for humanity.
Mhm.
Along with those volunteers that she talked about, she also talked about grid workers, people who connect us spiritually. And the way I see the grid is like from above the earth, and that it envelops the entire earth. And each one of us,
The monkey's going, "That there you go. Keep rubbing me." Go ahead.
each one of us is a point of light. Each
Mhm.
one of us connects to everyone else. So the grid is the apparatus by which we all connect to one another.
Okay.
And so I have my entire life been, I think, a grid worker and an engineer in
Mm,
this work. And I received the information that my part of the work is almost done. And now it's time to make sure it works, to
oh,
connect all of us together, to bring us together in a way that we can be of service to each other and that we can close the circle,
mhm.
the web of creation. So everything that you give energetically to someone else comes back to you,
Yes.
and the circle is closed. We all close the circle for ourselves and for each other
Uh-huh.
so that every bit of energy that we give in a way of service to someone else through love and healing and whatever the need is, it comes back to us.
Yes. And it comes back with that more power. If it's gone through the whole circuit, it's
Yes.
gained that energy and that intention through the grid that it's worked.
Yes. And
So
so I that was one of my big revelations while I was in the hospital, that I had a new direction, that my work was taking on a different kind of not importance, but entering a different phase.
okay. And you, as you said, you were seeing all of the work that you had done leading up to it, and
Yeah.
essentially, as you said, now it's time to make sure it works.
Yes.
So
To plug it in, to reach out to each one
mhm, yeah,
in whatever capacity. And we shouldn't limit ourselves to just our community. There are light workers that don't know anything about us.
that's true. So light workers in different areas have
Yes.
equal impact
Yes.
to the grid, and just because
Absolutely. So, and we are connected to them whether they know it or not.
yes, and whether or not we're aware of it and acknowledge it.
Absolutely.
Okay. That's great. We have had some more people come in, so I want to say hi to people to show. And Wayne Rich is here, and Wayne is listening at work, but not listening because he had it on. So we watch the playback. Hi, Wayne.
Right. Right.
Rossi did say it is all about intention,
Absolutely.
and Patricia, friend Zeno, said hi, Deb. Hi, Gerald. And Suzanne Rich shared, having been through the same journey, all the healing I received, no matter the source, definitely helped. If my guides thought the energy needed some tweaking to match me, they did it.
I did it. Absolutely.
Yes. And Hypnicity said, I believe you have to give it a way to keep it. Yeah.
Yes.
And as Juno also says, give generously and receive graciously.
Yes.
So that's well said. And sometimes that's hard to
And
receive
what
graciously.
Suzanne said about having been through the journey, there are so many of us who have been through a similar journey.
Hmm.
And so this is not a new thing. It's just um, that through the journey, we should still be learning
Yes.
and letting it refine us.
Yes. It's yes. It's like that when that water goes over that rough rock, it can smooth it down and make it
Absolutely.
shinier. Yep. Yeah. And catching up, Juno said, so glad to see this live, sending much love and healing.
Thank you.
And Teresa Ford said, late and listening at 2 times speed to catch up. Good to see you. I wonder what we sound like fast. So, and
Interesting. I'm sure we're interesting.
yes, yes. And Sally is here. Hi, Sally. Good to see you. And Sally did say, good to see you, Deb. And we have here from Hypnicity, may the circle be unbroken. Yes. And if it's broken per se, we can fix it. We can mend it. That
Yes.
energy can shift and grow and move.
And it can become stronger than it was before.
Yes. Yes. And
Yes.
Nancy shared such a powerful energy that we can all
Mhm.
share. I love that. And Jonathan Daly is here. Happy to see you, Deb.
Happy to hear from you, Jonathan.
Yes. And Jonathan reminds us we are all connected, whether or not we are aware of it.
Yes.
Is so true. And Marjorie McConnell is here. Hi, late to chat. So happy to see you and your sweet doggy. Sending lots of prayers to you.
Thank you.
So, yeah, must be why we're spread for far and wide.
We're not supposed to be all in the same place, because if we were, you know what we'd do? We'd go in our castle and pull up the drawbridge and just enjoy ourselves being
Or
together.
yeah,
So we're supposed to be shining our light to those that don't have light.
yes. Or those whose light is dimmed and they need
Yeah,
help getting it back up.
yes.
Barry Thornberry is here. Nice to see you, beautiful Deb. Val, Dragonfly Crystals is here. Thank you,
Yeah.
Val. And Calla Lizzie says, perp.
Liz,
Yes, it is great to see Deb. And, yep, you look good.
thank you.
Yeah, the message is the same.
The message is the same, and it's always about love.
Mm,
So as long as our intention includes love and the highest good
yes,
for ourselves and those around us and even all humankind, then the message will always be heard.
yes. And Patricia said, Marianne revealing the light, Linda G to name 2 readers who have had similar journeys to Deb's.
Yes.
Yeah. And Linda Bishop said, oh, Deb, it's a delight to see your sweet face, darling. Prayers and most benevolent outcomes all around you.
Thank you, Linda.
Absolutely. We just go inside and and eat, Deb, at the castle.
That's true. We would, wouldn't we?
Yeah. All our divine sparks are one and fully connected. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, yes, yes. And I jumped. Okay. Love the hat, Deb. I had a couple of favorites. Once my hair started to come back, I had a hard time giving up wearing them.
So right now, this one's my favorite. But with spring coming on, I may need to change to something different soon.
Yeah. Jeffrey suggested an Easter bonnet
Interesting.
because I know you're really good for a big hat with lots of flowers on it.
Mhm. I used to wear big hats a lot. There was a time in my life when I wore big hats and dresses a lot.
Hands up to everybody who wants to see her in a big hat. Linda Bishop said, Deb, I think that you are just north of me. I am just north of Bryan, Texas, Robertson County.
I'm in Mesquite, which is barely in Dallas County.
Mm. Yeah, the hat does have strong artistic flair.
It,
So, and yeah, that one might be just a touch too warm. Well, especially in Texas.
it is already warm. It's 80 today, and it's been warmer than that.
Hmm. And Calla Lizzie says, I'm sure that we have some big hats that we could loan you. So, and Nancy said, as difficult as this journey is for you, Deb, in so many profound ways, Spirit is drawing you closer to give us important messages. You are surrounded with this precious grace.
I believe that, Nancy. I do believe that I am entering a new phase of my job, the reason I'm here,
Yes,
and it has a lot to do with that. So hopefully, as I get stronger, I will be having more messages up on my channel.
good, good. Everybody looks forward to that. I know I do. So, um, but yeah, and Mesquite can get cold at night, though. Once upon a time, I lived in Richardson, Texas.
That's just down the road.
So, and Linda Bishop said, I have a silver sequin fedora that I love. Got it at Goodwill a long time ago.
Gorgeous. That
Love that.
sounds gorgeous.
Margelle wanted to know, if you wore those big hats in the 70s?
The 70s and 80s. I did have some in the 70s. So
Yes. I can just imagine. I could totally imagine.
I
So,
miss you too, Hypnicity. So Nalani and Nalani belongs to a practice group that I
mhm,
also belong to, but I have been unable to attend as of late.
sure, very much so. So you're, and you can tell me to, slough off, Gerald. Where are you in your your physical healing journey? What is it that you want to share?
Well, what I have been diagnosed with is an aggressive form of metastatic breast cancer. It has gone into my spine.
Okay.
So I also have bone cancer. Um, the reason that I've had so much trouble walking or doing anything really is because I have um, microfractures in my spine.
Okay.
So, um, and the majority of my pain is coming from that, is from in my back.
Hmm.
Uh, just being able to sit up for an extended period of time has been a journey. I have, when I first went in the hospital, I couldn't walk. I couldn't lie down. All I could do is sit at like a 90-degree angle, and I had to sleep that way. I did everything sitting up like that, and it was
Wow.
extreme pain for me to lie back.
Yes.
So I have
Yes.
some funny stories about CT scans, and
Oh.
and because you have to lie on your back, firstly,
Hmm.
and it's on a table that goes in a machine, and I couldn't transfer myself. I couldn't get up and move to the table. So um, it took several goes for me to finally get across to the people who operate that machine to be careful with me. So I finally just told them, look, my back is broken. I cannot, every time I move or you move me, it hurts a lot. And
Uh-huh.
so I was finally able to get across to them after the third time of going for a CT scan for them to be a little bit more careful with me.
I'm glad they listened.
Well, they listened, but the translation lost something.
Yeah.
So I that last time, um so they were all on board. They all understood it. They all, her back is broken. We need to be careful. So what they did
Oh, no,
is
this is going to be good.
they they took the WWE tactic of slamming me from the table to the bed all the way across. It's like they this was them being careful. And I up to that point they had hurt me so much that this didn't hurt me as bad as some of what they'd done to me.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
all I could do was just laugh at them because they were so funny. Because they thought they were being careful.
Well, and here's the thing. You're laughing about this and you have a lightness about you as you are describing this very painful experience, which lets me know energetically you are holding all of these people and the people who were caring for you in this beautiful light. So, I mean, and I'm a firm believer that this light goes, it does not know any time boundaries. So you're in the past, in the future. So yes, yes,
But they were trying, and I couldn't ask for anything else.
yes,
Just that they tried.
yeah,
Even some of the nurses, it took, some explaining to them for them to understand, you
yeah,
know, the reason that I was in so much pain or whatever it was,
yeah,
you know.
yeah.
So it was it was an adventure.
Yes. I'm glad that portion of the adventure is finished.
I'm glad too.
You've got more adventures coming. So,
But so I am right now. I'm getting infusions like every 3 weeks, and these infusions, it's not chemo and radiation yet because I haven't been strong enough to
yes.
to have that treatment. So they've been using some mRNA therapies
Hmm.
that have been making me sick, sick, sick. But I believe that's where the future of be is
I
with these drugs.
Yeah. And Suzanne said, yes, yes, yes. A sense of humor and positive attitude is essential.
It absolutely is.
Well, and also being are able to articulate what it is that you need. And sometimes that's a struggle because you
It is.
don't know what's going on and you don't know what's hurting or why it's hurting, and neither do they. So
Right.
when you focused on the same thing,
And
that
they still
helps.
don't. So every time I go to the oncologist, they still have not told me what stage of cancer I'm in. My oncologist said, we think stage 4, but we don't know because I don't know. I don't know why I present as different than other, but
Because
it
it's being energetically adjusted.
absolutely. So I may need a little bit of surgery. I still need to go for a biopsy, a bone biopsy. So
Mhm.
that will be like a day surgery. They will knock me out for that.
Okay.
Hopefully, at the same time after they do that, there is a therapy where they use, it's almost like cement that they inject around the bone that
Mhm,
holds the bone together. I'm
mhm,
hopeful that they will be doing that at the same time as the bone biopsy, so
mhm.
I don't have to go back
That
again.
would be really nice because the anesthesia is weird. So,
Yes.
and by the way, more people have come in. So hello, everybody. Pamela is saying it's nice to see your face. You look and sound strong. Hi, Angela. And we have Deb. Good to see your beautiful face. I had
That's
uh,
Diane.
just finished saying the healing and peaceful mantra for you, and
Thank
here
you.
you are. Yep. So, yeah, and yeah, you're in the healing phase, the
Yeah,
stage, and yeah, somebody had mentioned that I think it was Lizzie who said some cancers are hard to place a stage on, and so, but I remember one of the things that you texted me because whilst all this was going, you noticed I used the word whilst. I used it. I pronounced it correctly. I mean, I could show that video and be embarrassed, but um, there was, with you and Angela and I, we have this great connection, and of course, I'm communicating with you through dreams and through altered states of reality,
yes.
not realizing that I haven't sent you a text.
Right.
And I'm like, going, wait a minute. But I do remember something that you mentioned is that the infusions are a critical part of your healing.
They are, and they make me very sick because as each time I go in, they add a new medication. So
Uh-huh,
my last infusion, I had 3 medications,
uh-huh,
and I was sick for a good 9 days, and I'm still dealing with some inflammation.
yeah.
But have I adjusted my diet any? Not like I should. I can't. I'm can't get into the kitchen the way that I would need to really have to do that. But I'm hopeful that very shortly I will be able to. Um, I'm moving to another apartment downstairs in May.
Hmm.
So I can't have my wheelchair up here in
Right.
this apartment because we just can't bring it up and bring it down and all of that. And I
Sure.
really need it when I go to the hospital for my
Of
treatment.
course. Yeah.
So it lives in the car right now.
Hmm.
I'm hopeful that once I get moved into my new apartment, that I will have enough space to have my wheelchair in there, and I will be able to get into the
Yeah.
kitchen and work more on my diet.
Yes.
I do know that there are things that I should be eating that I'm not,
Hmm.
but I just don't have the energy right now to prepare those.
Yeah. It's really hard. And is it chemo? It's
Not
not chemo.
yet.
Not
Not
yet.
yet. I'm going to talk to my oncologist um, next week, and I believe she's almost ready to have me start on chemo.
Hmm.
And she wants me to start on radiation. The radiation doctor didn't want me to start yet either. They both
Okay.
decided I wasn't strong enough for that treatment.
Hmm.
Um, it, I'm going to cross my fingers and hope that that doesn't make me sicker than the drugs they're already giving me.
Well, yeah, yeah, and that's and Suzanne Rich is saying tomatoes, onions, and peppers.
Yes.
So, and it's really hard to figure out. It's challenging to figure out what foods support you and which foods make you nauseous, uh,
Yes.
because
Or cause inflammation.
or cause inflammation, which is part of what you're dealing with right now.
Mhm.
Because we oftentimes don't eat. If oftentimes I'm not eating tomatoes all day, and that's the only thing that I'm eating. So
Mhm. And there are so many that are helpful. Asparagus. Um, well, I'm drawing a blank now, but there are several foods that are helpful fighting cancer, and I will at some point be strong enough to get into the kitchen and be able to prepare those.
yes, yes,
Avocados, yeah,
yeah.
avocados are
Avocados,
amazing.
yeah. No breads and pastas. How do you feel about no breads and pastas, Deb?
I actually have not been eating breads or pastas for years. And that's part of my problem. While I was in the hospital, they insisted on feeding me carbs. I haven't eaten carbs in years. So
Yeah,
now I'm back to eating carbs, and I've got to get off of those again,
yeah.
um, and figure out which ones I can eat. Um, I'm there are some I want to try. Purple rice is one
Oh,
that I've been hearing that could be helpful against cancer.
yeah,
Um, so there are some carbs that I can tolerate. I just have to figure out which ones those are.
yeah. Well, and yeah, and Suzanne also said, and by the way, for entertainment purposes only, we're only talking about our personal experiences. You
Yes.
have your own experience. You talk to your professionals. Suzanne, Suzanne said that was my hardest part.
Yeah.
And then we also have, people are talking about potatoes.
Potatoes right now is I have come to discover are not what I should be eating.
Yes, yes, and and Calla Lizzie said, I think bourbon is a good source of bourbon.
I think so too.
Now I want bourbon.
Absolutely. Jonathan says what's food for some is poison to others. Absolutely.
Yes,
So I have not been able to tolerate carbs forever.
yes, yes.
Um, most carbs. Now I can eat a lot of vegetables, not potatoes so much, but
Yeah.
I haven't eaten pastas or breads. And anything that I'm getting now, I'm trying to make sure is a whole grain
Hmm.
because I can tolerate that better than the refined stuff.
Okay. I want to catch up because some new people have popped in. I would like to say hello to Benny from The Fool's Apprentice. Benny, this is the amazing purple elephant Deb H.
Hello.
And
Nice to meet you.
Benny is The Fool's Apprentice, and I'm going to promote this on the 23rd, Saturday. Benny is going to be doing a casual with me.
Oh,
Bless their heart, they have agreed to join me. So I'm very much looking forward to it. And so, Benny, good to see you. Thank you. And Jane the Seeker is here. Jane the Seeker Tarot. And Jane, it's good to see you. Jane just was on a live with Ben from formerly of Beneficial Tarot. And we saw that. And I was like, going, can we go later? And Deb's like, well,
yeah.
of course. So,
Yes.
and so do they incorporate integrated healing like mudras?
They who?
I don't know.
They who, Nalani?
But I think, doctors, your doctors.
Doctors. It's funny you should say that because I have some Indian and Middle Eastern doctors.
Well, and Davaria is here. Hello, Davaria. Beautiful to see you. And Benny, bless their heart, said I'm looking forward to it. So everybody, I will be promoting this. So make sure you show support because I am a very, very scary host and
Oh, yes.
frightening.
Terrifying. Hypnicity said the medical team. I don't think they're allowed to say that out loud. I don't think they're allowed to, talk about things that they know probably work that aren't actually pharmaceutical.
Yeah, and Teresa Ford said ask. So Juno is on with me next Thursday. And Juno, we're doing a laugh and learn about the Jinshin Jitsu. Yeah, sorry, Juno.
I can't say it either.
I was saying it right when I did my casual with her. So Teresa said ask, and yes, there are resources online for holistic practices.
Yes.
I do, something that, one of my very, very dear friends got cancer. And I'm going to get emotional thinking about it. However, she and I did we worked together for many years. We did trainings together. She studied Tai Chi and she was also doing acupuncture. And when she went in, she saw her oncologist, and her oncologist, she said, is it okay if I get acupuncture through this? And her oncologist was like, absolutely do this, because it's one of those things that it will help support. Because so acupuncture, and this is just my friend number one's experience, her experience is that the acupuncture supported her liver whilst she was getting the chemo. And
right, because everything metabolizes through your liver.
yes, so it was beautiful. And yeah, some hospitals are incorporating Reiki. Yes. So it is wonderful to see so many people here. I mean, the best chatters are here. They're showing a lot of love for you, Deb. So
I appreciate it, and I have been aware of all of the healing intentions coming my way.
yes. Well, and I'll be honest with you, I have been keeping Deb updated. Somebody post a comment or something like that. I'm like, when you were not able to get there, I was texting you,
yes,
sending emails so that you knew what was going on. And it was an honor for me to provide that update space.
And I appreciate it. I'm still not I still don't have enough energy to do all the things I want to do, to see all the shows that everyone has,
Yeah.
or to listen to some of them.
Yeah.
So as I gain more strength, then I will be around more.
Hmm. Well, and I know you have been lurking,
I have been.
and I think, and I think it's just one of those things. It's great to see you when you pop in, and I appreciate that. I also know you are probably going to need to sleep for 2 days after doing this live.
I am going to take a nap.
Yes, I love it. I am going to take a nap. Um,
Yes.
and by the way, everybody, oh my gosh, I just found out that Deb does not have any coffee in her house right now.
Don't.
And she, how did you frame it? I guess they're conspiring.
I have been conspired against to stop drinking coffee. The whole time I was in the hospital, if I was lucky, I'd get one cup a day. And then after I got out of the hospital and I could have coffee, I didn't feel well enough to drink it.
Yeah.
Thank goodness, excuse me. Monkey
Okay.
just fell over.
So frail. Jonathan did say yes to the acupuncture. Not that I'm biased, considering it was a friend of the family dealing with breast cancer by getting acupuncture that talked me into becoming an acupuncturist myself. And Marge L had shared a little bit in the chat that her mother had a bad experience with a doctor only speaking to her father. And Marge L says, I hope your doctors treat you with dignity and respect.
They
And
have so far. Most of my doctors now are female.
mhm, yeah, what? No coffee? And Jane the Seeker has posted, I know a guy who has a bunch. It's- Jeffrey and I, was it a week ago? We went out for some coffee, and
You did acquire a little.
we acquired 16 bags of coffee. Not that we like coffee or anything like that. So, um, but so here's an interesting question for those people who are practicing acupuncture and different healings. I don't know if you can do acupuncture remotely, and I know you can do Reiki with sending distance, healing through distance. Jonathan, is that something that you can do in a distance if you have a if you have a doll or something like that? Calla Lizzie, I offered, and she said no.
Yes, because I'm getting ready to move. So
Yeah, she's moving.
um, it would get packed and I still wouldn't see it because I'm not packing.
Good. Okay, and we all say that again. Look at the camera and say that again, Deb.
I'm not packing. So my partner is packing and he um, has an interesting filing system. So if I really need something or want something, it gets packed.
There you go. Yes. Yes. Rose Blue is here. Hello, Rose Blue. Nalani said the energy healing, my energy healing is remote friendly. And Jonathan said with medical Qigong, you can send golden energy needles at a distance. Please
Cool.
do so. Um, and Mary Thornberry shared that acupuncture saved their life 19 years ago. Very sick and borderline lupus and other things. Thank you for being of service. Yeah. So, but yeah. And so, yeah.
It
And
is.
Diana had mentioned Diana, oil painter, goddess Diana, Wonder Woman, all of those
Yeah.
things that tame the dragon, coffee. And Teresa said 16 bags of coffee just in case of what? Needing coffee? Well, yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, come on. So, but anyhow. Well, Deb, we are at 50 minutes and I want to be respectful of your time and everyone else's time. Um, oh, here you go. Teresa said, Deb, do you give us permission to send healing energy to you?
Yes. And I appreciate everyone that has sent healing energy to me because I have been aware of it, and it has helped, absolutely helped.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and it's like I was posting in, yeah, well, you were talking about in your updates, and I expanded on it. Is it's like send that energy to all of those around you, and for those who are caring for people who are sick, because that energy is it, it multiplies. The
Yeah.
power becomes more fruitful.
And whatever the person that you send it to, if that they don't need, then it goes on to help someone else.
Yes, yes. Um, oh, it looks like Monkey has extra Velcro.
He does.
There you go. There you go.
Caregivers
Yes,
do need healing too.
they really do, and caregivers of all kinds.
Yes.
You know, the humans who are taking you to the appointments, the ones who are speaking on your behalf, who are bringing you water, who are cleaning you up, the
Yes.
ones who are doing all of those. Those are all important because I am a firm believer. Do you remember during well, during that thing that happened in 2020, that shut the
Yeah.
world down, you know,
That whole thing.
yeah. There was this idea that the healthcare providers and the healthcare workers are the superheroes.
They
I
are.
still refer to the people, for every single person that I see at my doctor's appointments, as a superhero. And I tell them thank you. And they're like going, why? And I'm like going, for showing up to work.
Absolutely.
So
And I had so many nurses and doctors and aides helping me while I was in the hospital. And it's a teaching hospital. So even students,
I love that.
yeah, the furry helpers too, they need it too.
Yep, the furry helpers. And if we infuse caregivers with love, then they infuse those they care for with love. Well, yes. And Davari has shared, Deb, I had stage 3 breast cancer 40 years ago. I didn't have all of the love and energy healing you have. You are doing great.
And there is one of my superheroes too. She's she's absolutely been there when I needed her. Lives close by, and she
Mhm.
is one of those. She probably doesn't consider herself a caregiver, but she is.
Queen, please. So, and Amy Warrior Princess is here. Hello, Amy. Great to
I,
see you. Great to see you. And she's including Angela.
yes,
Abso-freaking-lutely.
yes,
Abso-freaking-lutely. So, okay. So that was the 3.5 minutes of me saying, we're going to go because we're respecting everybody's time and also your energy level.
yes. I'm starting to wither.
Yes. Okay. Yes, definitely, Angela. True. Yes, yes, yes. Yes.
Yes,
Oh, here.
yes,
And, if I had my cowbell, which is on the other side there, which I have not moved over here, um, um, you know, I would be ringing it. So, um, thank you, Benny. And so, Earth Angels, yet that dedicate to help heal others. Yes, yes, yes. So, I would encourage you. Yes, we love you, Deb. Oh, I can't make these purple though.
no, but that's all right.
So
Pansies are purple.
yes. And so please, everybody, I would say, however it is that you do your work, create your magic, be it through prayer, dance, imagination, art, music, please do it. Please continue to do it. So, because that is so important, because as Deb had described this grid, which I really want to learn more about, maybe we can get some stories about that. That grid is there. We're all part of that
Yes,
and we're connected. So,
yes.
but
Every one of us.
yes, yes, yes.
Yes.
Um, any last thoughts that you would like to share before we end this live? And um, let people do their work, because trust me, I'm lighting candles. Good thing I bought 400 tea lights.
You did, yes.
I did, and I blessed them on Ostara. So, I mean, on Imolc. So, any last thoughts?
Just that whatever energy you give and send out will come back to you multiple times, that it closes the circle, that are all connected, and that everything that you do comes back to you.
Yes, that's true. All right. Thank you, everyone. And I do appreciate you spending some time with me, Deb. Thank you.